New Game Plus in Horizon Forbidden West does only let you experience the main story again or see things you maybe missed during your first playthrough. Like I never went to Arrowhead early on and now I get stopped at the front gate. Or there are of course also certain side missions that have different starting points you maybe missed the first time around. There are also brand new items to earn, quite a lot of new build options if you know where to look, and overall the New Game Plus experience is quite different from the regular game. So I want to give you the full rundown of everything you need to know, give you some tips and tricks how you can quickly get the new items and way more. So if you are enjoying the game and like the Horizon content here on the channel, then leaving a like would be awesome. Subscribe for way more Horizon videos and let's go. In my big update video, I already noted that you will get the New Game Plus notification when booting up your regular save after having finished the main story. Then you can return to your base and interact with the far-seen object to begin your New Game Plus playthrough. Now it's smart to get all the legendary armors and weapons before you start. Your arena medals, for example, won't carry over, and other weapons are locked behind side activities that you will have to do again to reach the end and claim the reward. I mentioned all the locations for the main game legendaries in a separate video, and I will link to every video I mention in the video description. What I also did is buy the very cool looking Karja Trader armor before starting New Game Plus, as you can only buy it very late in the game at Legacy's Landfall. Like, it's not good in terms of stats, but with the new transmog system they added, I can just wear it throughout my whole New Game Plus journey. As you might know, there are brand new legendary weapons in New Game Plus, but they require a lot of machine parts from high-ranked machines, even for the first upgrade. So you could already farm a lot of those machine parts before jumping into New Game Plus, which is quite smart if you want to play on the new ultra hard difficulty, because right now there's no way to change the difficulty after selecting ultra hard for New Game Plus, even though the message says that you should be able to switch after you complete the game. So maybe they still want to fix that in the future. What you can do after completing New Game Plus is start another New Game Plus and then select a different difficulty, but yeah, then you have to still replay everything again. And we see that, by the way, here in footage from Gamer JC. Also worth noting is that when you start New Game Plus on anything else apart from ultra hard, then you can still switch at any time, just like you normally would, and maybe then enjoy the game again on the difficulty you already tried, but then of course with everything unlocked. I was surprised to see that the character bios remain, and while you can scan and find collectibles again, the data points and objects you already collected before will still be accessible even though they are grayed out. Also, your statistics carry over, meaning that you will see way more Apex machines than in your first playthrough, as the more you kill of a certain machine type, the higher the chance that the Apex variants appear. So this next to the more obvious things that will carry over, like your skills. It will also be super easy to fill out your skill tree now in New Game Plus if you did not do that already, or otherwise you can now easily get all the upgrades for all the Valor searches, because just like in your regular playthrough, every activity rewards you with skill points, just like brand new champions tokens, but more on that in a moment. And of course, all your resources, coils, weaves, armors, weapons, upgrades are also here, and special gear, which I still find like pretty wild to immediately be able to cut down metal flowers. It also felt kind of like a cheat to already have the diving mask when you encounter the specters for the first time, like you can just ignore them now, and fighting them again, but with your fully upgraded loadout, is a blast, by the way. But another great reason to play New Game Plus are the new items. Once you get to Plainsong, which of course very early on, also for a main mission, you can go to the dye vendor, and here you will spot brand new colors for outfits that can be bought with the new champions tokens. There are 4 new dyes in total, they cost 5 tokens each, and after unlocking 1 dye, you can also apply them to every armor of that tribe. We got the Harvest Haze for the Utaru with the dark gray and orange, the Hunter Dusk for the Nora, also orange and gray, so it's kind of similar for every tribe, but the Burning Sun for the Karja seems pretty unique. It's like way more gray with some orange touches, very cool. And at the Nacht, get an orange and white armor called a Scorched Ogre. Pretty nice, but the new face paint is more interesting. You can buy these after unlocking the middle part of the map. map. After you reboot Gaia, you can for example go to Scalding Spear or the Bulwark, which you also come across when following the main story, and then meet the painter there. If you scroll all the way down in the inventory, you see the new face paint. There are also 5 champions tokens each, and afterwards you can apply them for 10 metal shards. So yeah, pretty special to get face paint inspired by the new tribe while we still have no Quen armor set, which I hope we get in the future. The face paint is very subtle. I personally really love the officer, but there are 5 different ones in total. And next to that, there are 8 new legendary weapons. So we're working hard on a video where we dive deeper into these weapons. Maybe it's already up by the time you watch this, then I will link to it at the end of this one. You can already buy them early on in New Game Plus when the vendors open up in Chain Scrape, and they are also for sale at almost every hunter vendor in the game. The only problem is that they are 10 champions tokens each. You get 2 per main quest, 1 per side quest, but other side activities also reward you these tokens. Races give you 2, so that's a pretty fast way to get them. Clearing a bandit camp will give you 3, while the smaller outposts do not reward you with any of these champions tokens. You can also see the amount you get from each activity in the quest log, also when you get none. Cauldrons also give 3, so that's quite a lot, and if you do the Cauldron Iota you find over here on the map, you do not only get 3 tokens from completing that cauldron, but also 2 from overriding the tall neck, which of course happens at the end of the activity anyways. So it's always smart to go here, also because you will have to unlock the Claw Strider as a mount again, and this cauldron gives you the overrides. While the Bristleback is part of that Dying Lands main quest, so you can unlock that pretty quickly again. Now more interesting is that the Sunwing is immediately unlocked. So the moment you find a Sunwing, which is also after you reboot Gaia, after that Dying Lands main quest, you can immediately hop on the back of this mount and fly everywhere you want. Something you can also use to skip most tall neck puzzles and immediately jump on the machine and get the champions tokens. New Game Plus really feels like quite a different experience. Normally melee was not very viable until after finishing most of the content and upgrading that special legendary armor. But now with that outfit equipped, you can play most of the Horizon 2 story with the melee fighting style in New Game Plus, which a very cool change of pace. The Machine Master playstyle is also way more viable, because if you got the skills unlocked, you can immediately change if a machine is aggressive or defensive early on in the game, so they can have a mount machine companion follow you around throughout most of the content. And this can be super powerful even on ultra hard. The only downside is that you cannot see the health bar of your own machine anymore either. Also super interesting is that you can buy coils and weaves again that were sold out in your previous playthrough. The vendors still have limited inventory, but they did reset in New Game Plus. So I was able to get another crit chance coil in Arrowhand again, new long range mods in Thornmarsh, and close range coils at the Bulwark, with likely more waiting for me if I decide to start a second New Game Plus run. Now I did hope that they would add a new weave slot to outfits in New Game Plus, or even to legendary weapons, something they did do in Zero Dawn, because now in New Game Plus, every item you already collected is the exact same in the second playthrough. Also meaning that gear and weapons that you first could loot from special chests cannot be picked up again, and that all the legendary items from the regular game are the same in New Game Plus, so there's also no reason to chase for them again. Ghost levels from Zero Dawn are back though, so every 100,000 XP you level above 50, but without getting improved stats. It's more a number to show off your dedication. But I am curious about the melee pits, because that quest line does note that you can earn extra spear damage from completing those pits again and fighting of course the enduring. I haven't been able to try that yet on New Game Plus, but I'm curious if this means that we can increase the regular spear damage even more every playthrough. That would be wild, so let me know in the comments down below if you already tried it. I do think you can get Regala her second item now. If you spare her, you get her armor while killing killing her gives you her bow, so totally choose a different option this time around, which also changes some story moments slightly. Now, if I missed anything, or if you found some cool things in New Game Plus yourself, drop it down in the comments. Subscribe for way more Horizon Forbidden West videos if you haven't already. A like on the video would really help me out. And check out that weapons video if it's already up. Otherwise, you will see our in-depth video on the update. Again, links to those will also be in the video description. For now, I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.